I'm going to introduce about set notation. So what we have here is an example of a set. Okay, so we're going to call this set A. Now the set A equals all of this. So when we represent sets, we have to use curly brackets. Okay, now what about the stuff containing inside a set? So the numbers or the objects in a set are called the elements or members of the set. Okay, so these numbers 1 through 7 are the elements of set A. Now when we're given some sort of representation like this, okay, what it means is 1 is an element of A. Okay, so we can see in our set A, we have the element 1. Okay, so 1 is going to be an element of A. What else we can say is like this. Now what this means is that 0 is not an element of A. Okay, so we can see that in our set A, we have no zeros in there. Okay, so when we write this, we can say 0 is not an element of A. Now we also have times when in our set we have nothing in there at all, no elements. Okay, so when we have no elements in our set, we're going to call that an empty set. Okay, which can be denoted with the curly brackets with nothing inside, no elements inside, or the symbol here, which means that it's an empty set. Okay, so this is what we need to know about set notation. So if we take a look at the questions, so the first one says to write 5 is an element of set K, okay, using set notation. So we have some set called K, okay, and we have to try and write this in using our set notation. So 5 is an element of K, okay, very easy. What we're going to do is write it with this symbol here. Okay, just 5 is an element of K, that's all it is. Now next one, write 7 is not an element of set P, okay, using set notation. Okay, very similar, but what we're going to write is that 7 is not an element of P. Okay, so we're going to put a little stroke through it. Okay, so very intuitive stuff so far. Now in question 3, write the set of all digits. Okay, so it tells me to write a set, which means first of all I need to put my curly brackets in. Now the first digit I have in our number system is 0. Okay, what other digits do we have? We have 0, we have 1, 2, 3, and we should go all the way up to 9. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so 0 through to 9 are all the digits we have in our number system. So if we want to write this in a set using set notation, this is how we do it. Okay, so make sure that when we write sets, we have to use our curly brackets. So that was question 3. Now, what about this one? Write the set of all vowels. Okay, so it doesn't have to be about numbers. Okay, it can be elements as well as objects. So what about vowels? We have A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, they're all our vowels. Okay, so writing the set of vowels, this is how we use set notation. Okay, don't forget to put the curly brackets. So nothing too challenging. Okay, in question 5 we have to write the set of all one-digit numbers that are greater than 10. Okay, so if we think about it, there is no such one-digit number that is greater than 10, correct? Every number that's greater than 10 is going to be anything but one digit. It's going to be 2-digit, 3-digit, or 4-digit. Okay, so we don't have any numbers that are greater than 10 with one digit. Okay, so what are we going to write here? We're going to write in the set we have no elements. Okay, none of my one-digit numbers are greater than 10. Okay, so we can write it like this in set notation, or we can also use our empty set. Okay, so both of these are representing empty sets.